I wasted years trying to figure out what really makes a woman's eyes light up. What makes her lean in instead of lean away. I thought I knew. I thought it was about having the right job, dressing sharp, working out, keeping my hair neat, always paying for dinner, always making her laugh. I thought being that dependable, charming, respectful guy was the golden ticket. But it wasn't. Here's the truth I learned the hard way. Truth that slapped me in the face over and over until I couldn't ignore it anymore. The thing that actually turns women on has nothing to do with how perfect you look on paper. And once you understand it, you'll stop wasting time on things that don't matter. You'll never see attraction the same way again. Let me take you back. There was this one woman, Elizabeth, gorgeous, smart, the kind of woman that could walk into a room and change the air just by existing. I pulled out all the stops. The best restaurant in the city. A bottle of wine that cost more than my first laptop. I complimented her dress, her smile, her laugh. I thought I was crushing it. But halfway through the evening, her energy shifted. She got polite. She smiled at the right times. She even said she had a great time. But I knew I could feel the distance. There was no spark. 2 weeks later, I met another woman. This time, I didn't try so hard. We went to this noisy little dive bar. I didn't wear anything special, just a t-shirt and jeans. We talked about dumb things. I teased her. I wasn't trying to impress her. I was just being myself. And you know what? She leaned in. She laughed like she couldn't help herself. She touched my arm without even thinking about it. When she left, she sent me a text that said, "I don't know why, but I can't stop thinking about you." That's when everything changed. It wasn't about what I was giving. It was about what I was withholding. It wasn't the dinner, the wine, the compliments, the effort. It was the space, the unpredictability, the little moments where she didn't know exactly what I was thinking or how much I wanted her. I started paying attention. I tracked every interaction, every date, every reaction. And the pattern was obvious. Women weren't turned on by what I did. They were turned on by what they felt around me. And the strongest feelings came when there was mystery, when they had to wonder, when they had to lean forward to figure me out. That's why the guy who doesn't text her back right away sticks in her head more than the guy who sends her good morning texts every day. That's why the man who doesn't bend over backward for her approval somehow gets more of it than the guy who would do anything for her. It's not because women are cruel. It's because their attraction is wired to respond to uncertainty. I realized I'd been killing attraction without even knowing it. Every time I gave too much too soon, I made myself predictable, safe, comfortable, and safe and comfortable might be nice for a long-term friendship, but for raw attraction it's poison. Women are addicted to the chase the same way we are. They just chase in different ways. If she knows she has you completely before she's even invested in you, the game is over. She's already won. And when the game is over, so is the excitement. I'll tell you exactly what I changed. I stopped giving 100% right away. I gave 70%. I left gaps for her to fill. I let silences happen. I didn't explain every thought or every move. I let her wonder. I stopped texting all day just to keep her attention and instead sent fewer, more meaningful messages. I noticed something. When I pulled back, they leaned in. When I wasn't always available, they made time for me. When I didn't instantly give them everything, they worked to get it. There's a kind of power in saying less. You don't have to be rude or cold. You just have to stop giving away the whole story before she's earned it. The mystery effect is real. When she can't predict what you'll say next, or when you'll call, you stay in her mind. I remember one woman telling me, "You drive me crazy because I never know what you're thinking." And she said it with this smile that told me exactly what that kind of crazy meant. She was hooked. It's the same reason women go for men they call bad boys. It's not that they love being mistreated. It's that those men are unpredictable. They don't overinvest too soon. They keep the tension alive. Nice guys kill the tension by handing over all their cards in the first 5 minutes. So if you want to flip that switch in her mind, you need to understand this. Your value isn't in how much you give, it's in how much you make her work to get it. You become more valuable in her eyes when you're not immediately hers. It makes her feel like she's winning something worth winning. And this isn't about playing games for the sake of games. It's about keeping the natural push and pull that creates attraction. The same way you wouldn't want a movie to spoil the ending in the first scene, you can't give away all of yourself before she's even had a chance to be curious. Every time I used to meet a new woman, I thought the fastest way to make her want me was to prove I was the perfect guy. What I didn't realize is that proving yourself is the fastest way to make her stop feeling anything at all. Attraction isn't logical. It's emotional. She doesn't sit down and make a pros and cons list about you. She feels something or she doesn't. And the way to make her feel is to keep just enough distance that she has to bridge the gap. It's like fire. Too far away and she can't feel the heat. Too close and she gets burned and pulls away. The sweet spot is where she feels the warmth and wants more. So now when I meet someone, I'm not rushing to show her every reason she should want me. I'm giving her reasons to keep coming closer on her own. I'm letting her invest, letting her wonder, letting her chase a little. And in return, the connection feels electric. It's mutual. It's alive. The truth is, women don't get turned on by certainty. They get turned on by possibility, by the unknown, by the tension between what they want and what they're not sure they can have yet. You have to be the question in her mind, not the answer she's already solved. So, if you've been struggling with attraction, stop thinking it's about being nicer, funnier, richer, or better looking. Start thinking about how you make her feel when you're not giving her everything. Because that's where the spark is. That's where the obsession starts. Be the guy she can't quite figure out. Not because you're hiding who you are, but because you're giving her just enough to want more. That's the one thing I learned from dating 100 women. And once you get it, you'll never play the game the same way again. And here's the part most men never realize until it's too late. This isn't just about dating. This changes the way you carry yourself in everything. The way you walk into a room, the way you speak, the way people remember you long after you've gone. When you stop giving yourself away too easily, you start to value yourself more. You stop chasing validation because you understand your worth doesn't depend on anyone's instant approval. You become the man who moves at his own pace, who makes people curious, who naturally pulls others in without trying so hard. That's the man women think about at night. That's the man they tell their friends about. That's the man they fight to keep. And once you step into that energy, you won't just get more dates. You'll feel more alive. You'll realize attraction isn't something you chase, it's something you create. And when you create it, it never really leaves. And the best part is that you don't have to pretend to be someone else to do it. You just have to stop over-explaining, stop over-giving, and let her earn the deeper layers of you. When you hold a little back, you create space for her to lean in, and she will. So try it on your very next date. Give her enough to feel your presence, but not so much that she's already solved the puzzle. Watch what happens when she's the one chasing you. Because when you stop trying to impress and start letting her invest, you don't just turn her on. You stay in her mind long after you've walked away. Thanks for watching and see you in the next all.